Nebraska officially will not have Casey Thompson. Mickey Joseph says yesterday he will not start this game. He will not play with injury, so it will be either Chubba Purdy or Logan Smothers tomorrow, 2:30 kickoff in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Huskers, 31-point underdogs.
Okay, there's a lot to go on here. First of all, I would say this, and I wonder what you'd think. I'm writing this for tomorrow, so I'm kind of gauging your reaction to the sort of reaction I'm going to get. I'm saying if Nebraska were to pull this off, I guess I said this the other day, if Nebraska were to pull this off, name Mickey Joseph the head coach, remove the interim tag, and do it on Sunday. If Nebraska pulls this off, just remove the interim tag.
I talked to someone I respect who heard that take by you yesterday and was thoroughly unappealed by it.
Really?
I'll tell you who that was off the air.
Okay.
But somebody who's connected.
Okay.
And didn't think that was probably the smartest thing to do.
Why? Here's why it'd be
still it's about Mickey not having a lot of head coaching experience at this point.
If he would orchestrate an upset, a near upset against Minnesota, well, scratch that. I mean, I don't know. They played Minnesota tough as a 16-point underdog. If they would go into the big house and beat the machine that is Michigan, which, 5% chance. Yeah, I would remove the interim tag. I'm not joking, because it would be a massive show of leadership that you have the team that could do that, from a mindset standpoint, from an execution standpoint, everything. I mean, you're going into the Thresher and you're playing a Michigan team that's hitting on all cylinders in the 8th year of a legendary. Is Harbaugh a legendary coach?
Yeah, he's bordering. He's getting there. He's getting there.
So you're facing a proven NFL college coach.
Yes.
In the 8th year of building his program in Ann Arbor, a team that's hitting on all cylinders, a team that is outscoring opponents. Get ready for this. A Michigan team that is outscoring opponents in the second half, 194-48.
Yeah, they've had some tight first halves against Penn State, against Rutgers.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Maryland.
Yeah, all those teams.
194-48. 38-0 last week against Rutgers.
Yes.
Okay, this is what Jim said. This is scary to me. This quote, frankly, if you're a Nebraska fan, I don't even know if you want to hear it. And he's talking about the second half numbers. He said, the numbers are really good, right? Incredible. This is Jim. The thing I would point to more than adjustments or anything is just how hard our guys are playing. It just screams at you on the tape when I watch it, especially on defense, but the offense too, and the way we play on special teams. It is so noticeable just how hard the guys are playing. Jay Norvell earlier this year said Michigan special teams are the best he's ever seen.
It's a heck of a compliment.
Yeah. Michigan, again, hitting on all cylinders. And that's why I say that. I don't know why people would push back on that. It's not going to happen.
Right. And on that note, can I read a text about that? Yeah. This is from Nancy. Nancy chimes in.
Hi, Nancy.
Nancy says, I've never felt more hopeless about a game than I do about this weekend. Mickey is not getting the head coaching job this weekend.
Right. Now, see, but again, I'm not being facetious. I also understand that it's an extreme long shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're 31-point underdogs.
Right.
On the road.
It is such an extreme long shot, and the game is so one-sided that I watched Harbaugh's press conference last night. His weekly press conference, Jake. You know what's sad? Nebraska didn't come up. There was no discussion.
It's all about Michigan and them
and what they're doing.
Right.
It was sad.
Yeah.
What does Harbaugh think about Nebraska? I don't know. He didn't. It wasn't asked. And he didn't talk about it. Maybe for 20 seconds.
Well, this is viewed as a walkover win for Michigan.
I just found that to be.
Well, that's where you're at. Nebraska's 3-6. They haven't made a bowl game since 2016. They're an afterthought right now in the conference, an extreme afterthought because they deserve to be an afterthought. They haven't done anything to be viewed as a team that's a contender at all.
Right.
Now, last year, again, they pushed Michigan to the brink. That was a good football game. But there's a lot of pieces that are not here from that team that were very important.
And Nebraska is in this state of awkwardness. Interim head coach. I mean, we'll call it an interim defensive coordinator. I mean, Bill, I think, would like to be the defensive coordinator, but I don't know how that's all going to shake out.
He's definitely right now earned the chance to get that position next year, right?
Yeah.
I know they weren't great against Purdue and Oklahoma, but man, I mean, Illinois and Minnesota, those were good defensive performances.
Uh-huh. In addition to leading the nation in rushing defense, Michigan leads the nation in rushing defense, Jake, allowing 72.4 yards per game. Michigan also ranks 5th in rushing offense. Now, as far as that rushing defense number goes, is it possible Whipple took that tack on Wednesday of not publicly acquiescing to Mickey's wishes of slowing down the offense and running the ball on first and second down? Because if Whipple does that, it might cut Whipple too much slack to say, well, if he says we're going to do it, then Michigan knows what we're doing on first and second down. They already got the nation's leading rush defense, and now they know what's coming. So is it possible Whipple was just saying, I can't say this publicly. I can't agree with Mickey publicly. I got to throw some subterfuge out there.
I suppose possibly.
Am I giving him too much credit?
Yeah, probably so.
But if I were Whipple, I don't know that I'd go to the podium and say, yeah, you know what? We're going to run it on first and second down and see what they can do.
Mickey made it pretty clear again yesterday that he wants to run the football.
Well, I don't know if Mickey, if that's smart. I mean, Michigan's got the number 1 ranked rush defense in the country. Okay, we're just going to come at you.
Well, like I said, you got to do some sort of extension of the run game then.
I guess.
Quick hitters, screens, drop up, running backs got to be involved in the passing game a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than they have been.
Okay. Well, into the thresher they go.
Into the thresher we go.